Good evening, y'all. We'll be starting here in a few minutes. Sean K0MAD will be net control this evening. I'll remind everybody, too, that this Saturday, Smark's having a ham fest at the Salvation Army in Springfield. And I got a table down there. So if you come to the ham fest, look me up, come by and say hi. And then on June 14th, Sean will be putting on another fox hunt over at Doling Park in Springfield at 12 p.m. And hopefully we'll have a turnout like we did last time. And then he's talking about on the next one for July doing a driving hunt. Those are fun too. Walking hunts are a blast, but driving hunts, it's not as easy doing when you're doing a driving hunt as people think, but they're definitely a blast. Yeah, and then this Saturday, actually this Sunday, I'm not hearing radio audio. So when Sean gets going, then we'll figure out if the audio's working or not. I think my cheap microphone's starting to give up the ghost. But yeah, this Sunday, my buddy Ron, he just got a new vanity call sign. I can't remember what it is, but his old call sign was N1FRZ. And he got one of the FT1X Fields radios. So he wants to.
Good evening. Welcome to the OARS Monday Night D-Star Net. We call us every Monday at 8 p.m. on this frequency of 444.150. D-Star mode, positive offset. Also link for reflector 59 alpha during the net. My name is Sean and my call sign is K0MAD. Let's see. While it's not emergency net, if anyone has any emergency traffic, please call break. Does anyone have any emergency traffic? Please call now. All right, nothing heard. We'll move on with announcements. I'll be using net logger for checking on the net. If anyone wishes to, they can check in earlier and monitoring the OARS net there. OARS Club meeting is every second Tuesday of the month at the Happy House Restaurant in Monette, Missouri. The meeting is at 7 p.m., but everyone is welcome to come in at 6 p.m. to eat and enjoy some good conversation. Individuals pay for their own meal, but you do not have to eat to attend. You also do not have to be a ham to attend. And everyone is welcome, including family members and those interested in amateur radio. The next meeting will be Saturday, June 14th. Also, June 14th at 12 noon at Doling Park in Springfield, we'll be having another fox hunt. So that'll be the 14th at 12 noon at Doling Park in Springfield. Meet us in the parking lot, and that'll be a pretty good time there. OARS Club has the 3 regular nets. We have tonight's net, then we have the Tuesday night 2-meter net on 146.970 at 7 p.m. And then we have the Simplex net every Thursday night at 8 p.m. on 146.460. Let's see, do we have any announcements of interest in amateur radio? Please call now. Well, it looks like Dave is streaming, and I just opened up my net logger. Instant Messenger says he is streaming, so if you want to say sound or miss part of the net, you can search Dave the Hillbilly Ham on YouTube there. So thanks for running that there, Dave. Well, do we have any announcements? Please call now. right, well, how about any short time or mobile check-ins? All right, no sir. Well, we had a few of them already check in early on NetLogger, and top of that list is Dave, KE6 at GAE over in Rogersville.
K0MAD and the rest of the net. This is KE6GAE. Good evening, Sean. Everybody on the net. Last week was vacation. Come back to work today, and it was definitely a Monday after being gone for a week. Looking forward to the Hamfest this weekend. We got a table there. Then Sunday, hopefully it don't rain. My buddy Ron, and I can't remember his new vanity call sign he got. His old call sign was N1FRZ. He got one of those FT1X fields. So he wants to go out and have me take my Hex 10 out and see how it works with it. So we're going to go play with that this weekend, hopefully. Other than that, not looking forward to all the rain they're talking this week. I'm done with the rain. My yard's still a swamp. But it is what it is. But thanks for doing the net tonight, Sean. And we'll pass it back to net control. KE6GAE, back to net control.
All right, Dave. Yeah, I gotta get this weather to dry out so I can even start doing the tower repairs. I can't do anything until I can get that 36,000-pound lift in the backyard. So I'm kind of at the mercy of that. Anyway, yeah, thanks for checking in there, Dave. And then we got N0QL, Alan, up there in Rolla direction. How you doing, Alan?
Yep, it's me. I don't know. Like I said earlier, about wore out, about ready to fall asleep after 8. Got home early, but still got wore out. That heat, man, it wasn't bad going this morning, but when we stepped out up there in Illinois, it was almost 90 degrees. Good grief, what happened? Usually there's a 40-mile wind blowing up there at the auction, but it was just dead still today, and it was hot. But we made it back anyway, thank goodness. Probably be off tomorrow because I don't think he'll be buying anything. Well, he may buy something up at Columbia, but I won't have to go get it next day or two. We have an auction on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. No, I was wrong. Tuesdays is Manheim over in St. Louis, so he usually buys one or two over there, too. But outside that, there ain't nothing good to report from up here in the deep hole in Rolla, where I'm at anyway. We won't hold it. Thanks for running that, Sean. Glad to hear you back on the air. Missed it there for a couple of weeks. And 0QL.
Yeah. Well, the week before last is when I got hit by lightning. I think it was the week before last. 2 Mondays ago. Yeah, I think that's right. And then last Monday, I was going to try and do the net, but man, I could not get a reasonable SWR to save my life. And then I realized I was messing around after fixing the rotor controller because it got zapped, but I repaired it. As I'd rotate the antennas around, I'd get a better SWR on that vertical up there. So I'd say the lightning come down that coax and blew a hole out of it. And I'll bet when I rotate it just right, like right now only is a 1.4 to 1. So anyway, strange stuff. I got to change it all. I got to change all the coax and then that GP9 out. Anyway, thanks for checking in there, Alan. So next we're going to go down to Patrick, KV4MO, along with Tara there, KX4MO.
Well, good evening, Sean. Not a whole lot around here today, just a little bit of working and running the dog to the doctor and some things like that. Hope everybody had a good day and didn't get too hot. And with that, I'll give it back to you, KV4MO.
All right, Patrick. Well, yeah, it got, I think 89 is what I seen down here. Yeah, it said 89 what the feel like, I think it said 90, I think it said 92 is the feels like, so it wasn't too awfully bad. Summer's right around the corner, though. Anyway, I've got you and Tara there checked in, unless Tara was wanting to jump in and check in separate.
Just popping on to say hi. How you doing? Hope everybody's doing well.
Yeah, doing well. Except for the lightning strike that took out a good part of my station a couple weeks ago. But hey, hope you're doing well, Tara and Patrick. Thank you guys for checking in. I appreciate you doing that. 732. Hopefully you don't get grounded out with all this rain coming up. Anyway, we'll move down to Rich, KB0RHA, up here in Mount Vernon.
Oh, hello everybody on the net. Thanks for doing the net, Sean. I was sitting here waiting on the bank to give me a new AC unit installed. So, needless to say, I've got a whole bunch of fans running, and it's like 82 here in the house. So, it's a little bit warm, but no, not as bad as what I guess it could be. Anyway, that's about all we've got going on around here. Anyway, back to net control, KV0RHA.
Well, Rich, all I got to tell you is don't be running that Alpha 9500. It will do no good for you if you already got 82 degrees.
Yeah, if you're watching the stream.
I don't know what you mean. I got fans running behind it, and it's less than 80 degrees behind it, so it should be doing okay.
Jump in the chat and say hi.
I'm just saying, when I work my Alpha out, doing 1500 watts SSB, it creates a little bit of heat up there in the corner where it sits. It'll create, I don't know, probably 100-degree air coming off of it. So if you already got 82 degrees in there, you probably don't want to be adding too much more heat. But anyway, thanks for checking in there, Rich. And let's see, that puts us at the bottom of the list. This is K0MAD. I guess we'll start taking over-the-air check-ins at this time. Please call in.
W0HL. K0SQS. K6KGB.
All right, we picked up 3. W0HL, K0SQS, and K6KJV. So we'll move up top of that list, which is Dennis out of Nevada, W0HL. How you doing, Dennis?
K0MAD in the group and W0HL. Good evening, Sean. Everyone else. It's been a while, but, daylight saving time and light out. Seems like there's always something going on. Just been busy doing stuff. And Monday seems to be a busy night anyway with stuff going on. So, but sitting out here enjoying a beautiful evening outside. Got the puppies out for a little while, so we thought we would jump in and say hello. And haven't done any photo for over 2 months. Half the parks up here is underwater, I think. W0HL.
Yeah, I actually did a on-the-water park activation. 4492, what is that? The forest area there. And I was looking at some maps, and there's a hunting area that's only accessible by boat. So that was pretty fun, sticking the antenna on the aluminum boat and doing it that way. That worked really good.
Well, that's interesting. I'll have to look that up. W0HL.
All right, Dennis. Catch you later. We'll move down to Harold, K0SQS and Monette.
Yep, KE0MAD and the rest of the net. K0SQS. Evening, Sean. Thank you for running the net. The lake, Table Rock Lake, is currently at 926.3. Normal power pool this time of the year is 917. And so it's like 9.5 feet, almost 10 feet above normal. Anyway, my dock, or the community dock I have my runabout in, you got to swim to get to it. It's about 30 yards offshore, out in the middle of the lake. So, not very convenient. Went to Dallas last week. Granddaughter's graduation, 1,500 kids graduated from Plano West High School in Plano, Texas. They rented, or the school had the graduation indoors at the Dallas Cowboys indoor practice field. Unbelievable. 2.5 hours long. Anyway, came home and Saturday night and laid around yesterday and had a fit of energy this afternoon and mowed the yard. I needed it. Hadn't mowed for 2 weeks. What a mess. Back to you, Sean. Thanks again for running the net. K0SQS.
So basically what you're saying, Harold, is your boat is actually moored. It's not docked anymore. You need a dinghy to get to your boat now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that's funny. Well, the lake will go down just like it goes up. Anyway, we'll move down to Kevin over there in Valley Springs, California, K6KJV. How you doing, Kevin?
Everyone, help me out with the YouTube algorithm. Hit that like button, please.
Hello, sir, and everyone else on the net. This is Junior Victor, KJV, Kevin in Valley Springs, California. I'm doing just fine. It's not too hot. It's 70 degrees here. A lot less humidity than what y'all got. So, yeah, we're doing pretty good. I hope y'all doing pretty good back there. Stop by, say hello, and visit with you for a while. So, with that, I'll just say, God bless family tree to consider where all y'all and families and friends.
Hopefully the lighting on the camera looks all right.
All right, Kevin. Yeah, thanks for checking in. Hey, I read your personal testimony there. That was a very good, very, very good. I enjoyed that read. Anyway, thanks for checking in. God bless back to you. And that puts us at the bottom of the list. This is K0MAD, and we're looking for over-the-air check-ins. Please call now. KE0LTG. All right, Lawrence, K0LTG, go ahead.
Well, I'd ordered some new parts for the HT bow fangs over the Amazon, and now the charging system is adjusted to work with a C connector like you use on a cell phone. So they must have a voltage booster in it for the batteries on those things, but I was surprised that it now comes where you can connect a C battery or a C adapter to it like a cell phone. So I haven't really checked it out too much other than I just started getting parts and noticing the change to that type of charging system. So I was surprised. It's going to be great if it checks out to work well. And if I get a little bit of time, which I started to get back to my Nano VNA a little bit, but looks like some other things is cropping up I'm going to have to do the next few days. So hopefully I'll make more progress with the system there too and learn to set it up. It's several steps going in to set it up for a measurement. So anyway, glad to hear you on the air tonight, Sean. I'll say 73 to the group. Hope everyone has a nice evening. KE0LTG, clear.
Hi, Mark. I hope you have a great evening as well. Thanks for checking in. Well, we're at the bottom of the list. Do we have any further check-ins for the D-Star Net? Please call now. All right, one more call before we close the net. This is KE0MAD looking for any last-minute check-ins for the D-Star Net.
Oh, Bob must be sleeping.
Oh, I'm sure he is. All right, nothing heard. I'm sure Bob's sucking the drapes off the walls as we speak in his recliner. Anyway, I had 10 check-ins tonight, including myself. That was a pretty good net. Sorry I've been absent, but weather kind of tried to take me down. But the crippled antenna with the very top section of the GP9, which is blown down the middle, it still works somewhat. So, we're going to limp it along until we can rent the man lift to get it all fixed. Anyway, with that said, I'm going to close the net. Appreciate all that checked in tonight. Stay dry this week. I guess we're supposed to get some pretty good rain, some possible severe stuff tomorrow. So keep your eyes on the sky. This is K0MAD, and let the repeater and the reflector go back to normal average use. This is K0MAD, 7-3.
All right, everybody. Thanks for stopping by the stream. And want to remind everybody that Smart does have their Ham Fest in Springfield this Saturday from 8 to 1 at the Salvation Army there in Springfield. I do have a table there. My buddy's got a table there as well. We will be, so definitely stop by and say hi if you come by. Also, remember Sean's doing the fox hunt at Doling Park in north side of Springfield on June the 14th. Because of the Ham Fest this weekend, Hams Around the Ozarks breakfast will not happen for June. We'll pick it back up next month in July. Don't know how many people we'll actually wind up having. Hopefully we have a good turnout because it's actually the day after the 4th of July, so there might be a lot of people out of town. But other than that, looks like I need to do a little adjusting with the lights. Hopefully the lighting looks good on the camera. We're trying to get some things going, and like I was talking about my buddy's Yaesu FTX-1, watch for a video on that because we'll definitely be recording while we're out there testing with the Hextena. He thinks he wants a Hextena, but he wants to see how it works with his radio. Me personally, I love my alpha antenna Hextena. I can make it resonant on just about any band. I can do 40 all the way up to 440. I can go vertical or in the V dipole configuration. So there's a lot of things I can do with that antenna. I really like mine. But we'll say 73, everybody. And want to know when I go live? Hit that subscribe button. Click that bell. Let you know when I go live. Also, I'd appreciate if you give me a like to help me out with the algorithm. And hopefully everybody has a good week. But definitely keep an eye to the sky tomorrow night. Possibility of severe weather tomorrow. And then they're talking rain the rest of the week. I'm done with rain. My yard's just now starting to kind of dry out, but it's still a swamp. But everybody, hopefully you have a good evening, have a good week, and hopefully we'll see a bunch of you this weekend. Like I said, if you come to the Ham Fest, stop by my table and say hi. All right, 73, everybody. Thanks for stopping by, KE6GA, the Hillbilly Ham. This is where ham radio comes to life. And I think we can all learn this ham radio stuff together. All right, everybody, 73.